What's up, book nerds? I'm here to give a quick shout out to one of our favorite bookish small businesses, Well Read Candle Company. If you need your home or office to smell like your favorite book boyfriend or maybe your favorite small town vibe to get you through the day, you have to check them out. It's a woman owned business making some of the best bookish scents, and we are fully obsessed. We will link the website in the show notes, and don't forget to use code WhatTheSmut10 to save 10% on your order.
What's up, book nerds? Welcome to What the Smut Are You Talking About podcast. We are a weekly romance book podcast where we talk about books and chaos. So yeah, pretty much anything goes.
Join us as we talk about the books we are reading, what crazy shenanigans are happening in our lives, and who knows, we may have some fun guests drop by.
So grab your favorite snacky snack and your beverage of choice and come hang out and see what the smut we are talking about this week. Welcome back, book nerds. Today we have a special guest that we want to introduce to you guys. We have a Booksta friend joining us today. You may know her over on Instagram at the Bookish Clause, but we know her as Jess. Welcome, Jess.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Happy to have you here.
Well, I had the pleasure of meeting you at my very first event at Romance Era in Nashville a couple of years ago. So I feel like this is a full circle moment since we're coming back to talk about another Nashville event.
Yes.
I first met you, and I know that we've been online friends for a while, but I know that we first met in person at a meet and greet cute last year.
Yeah, it was the first time we got to meet in person and we've got a picture together finally.
I know. It's been so fun. So, diving right in, how did you get started in the bookish space?
Oh, gosh. Well, I've always been a reader, obviously, since I was little. And I don't really even know. It kind of just fell into my lap, which I think happens with a lot of people. So I started just kind of doing events and working for events directly, like I don't know. It kind of fell into my lap.
That's so cool. Do you mainly go to like Nashville events or do you just say fuck it and just travel wherever?
I'm a fuck it girl. I will literally go anywhere. Last year I did a lot. I took on too much last year. I'll be the first to admit that. I think I had 11 signings that I did between the author that I work for and working for events directly. And then I went to a couple signings with like a few other authors that I just know personally. But last year I was in Chicago, I was in the UK, I was
Wow.
Knoxville. I don't even remember everywhere I was. 2025 was a blur. So I definitely take the opportunities that come my way. And if I can travel abroad, especially, I am gonna take it.
I live to see your posts. Like, I'm just like, can I vicariously live through you? Because I love to see what shenanigans you're getting into.
Too many.
Travel and hide out in your suitcase.
Yeah, it's big enough. I can fit lots of people in my pocket.
There's this like trendy like fanny pack looking bag on Instagram right now where it's like a person puts like a whole gallon of milk in it. I'm like,
I saw that.
I
Which-
did not see that, and I need somebody to send that to me expeditiously.
my gosh, I wish I saw it enough time to order it for Disney because you betcha I would rock that fanny.
Yeah, definitely send me a link to that because I'm gonna need one.
Yeah. Well, what are some of your favorite TV shows or your comfort shows?
I hate to even say this because I know we've got sad news around it, but I'm a diehard Buffy girl. I
Right there
know.
with you.
I
Gosh,
saw that
broke my
announcement and
heart.
I was just, oh, it's so sad. It's so sad.
Are you about to break my heart? Because what news are we talking about?
Gosh.
Nicholas, the actor who played Nicholas Brendan is his name. He played Xander, and he passed away yesterday.
Yeah, I think that's when the news broke. And it was, I
50
think Buffy fans united in their sadness.
He's
Oh,
53
God.
or 54. He's in his 50s, but he struggled with substance abuse and had been 3 years sober, which really proud of him for that, and just hate that all that had to happen.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Too many of our
And then we lost
favorites
Chuck
have-
Norris. Chuck
I
Norris
did see
passed away
that
this
one.
week too.
I did see that. And
So
then
now it's like,
20
who's the third? Who's the
Yeah,
third? Because they come in threes.
2026 is off to a bad start.
I know. I was, like, devastated when James Vanderbeek passed.
Oh my gosh. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's so sad. So you Buffy is your comfort show. Do you have any others?
I love Schitt's Creek. It's
Yes.
just it's just perfection. You just can't get away from it. And as a surprise to literally nobody, I watch Hallmark year round.
Yeah.
And
Love
so
Hallmark. Yes. Right there
it's the
with you.
best. It's
It
just the
is.
best. And they're also predictable. It's like life is so hard and scary and just all the things. And you know exactly what you're getting with Hallmark.
You
It's a
sure do.
comfort shows. It's a warm hug in a TV show.
Exactly.
Do you ever go to the Hallmark convention that's, like, in Georgia? They do it, I forgot what the last time was, like, a Christmas themed one.
I
Haven't
didn't
ever
even know
been.
they did I didn't know they did such a thing.
Oh my gosh, my friend went with her mom because her mom's a big Hallmark person, and they made, like, this big girls trip out of it. I'll have to find it and send y'all the link to it because it's like, oh, what's that cute little town that's just a little bit south of Atlanta? McDonough? Something like that. I don't know. It's this cute little, like, storybook town.
Oh.
They film a lot of movies there. They actually film a lot of Hallmark movies there too. So, they did a convention and there was, like, a lot of actors that was gonna be there. So, her mom wanted to go and, my friend was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." But, definitely look into it.
Yeah, I haven't been to any of them. I think I do remember seeing the Christmas one that they did last year. But by the time that kind of stuff rolls around, I'm so spent from the whole year of running around. I'm like, I think I'll just watch from home.
I don't blame you.
Completely understand.
Well, what kind of romance reader are you? Are you more comfort chaos, a trope chaser, or emotional damage enthusiast?
I'm not an emotional damage enthusiast at all. I do not like to have my feelings hurt. Um, with the exception, I will say I do read Jennifer Hartman is like one of my Roman Empire authors. So I do read a lot of her books, and her books always come with pain. There's always pain
Yeah.
in those. But aside from that, I would say I am mostly like a contemporary and sports romance reader. I don't really read a lot of dark romance. It's just not for me. But yeah, probably like contemporary sports. I love force procs. So if a book has force procs in it, it's my cup of tea. It is so my cup of tea. I love a force procs trope.
We were talking about that before, I think on one of the other episodes, how we love, like, the fake dating and those types of things in one bed. Oh, sign me up.
Hell yeah. 100% every single time.
Yeah. Love it.
So what, is currently on your Kindle this week, Jess?
Oh gosh. I have a couple arcs, I think. I'm just about done with The Good Girl Exception from Marin Moore.
Mhm.
100 out of 10. So good. What else is on my Kindle? I've got the audio for Forbidden Fangs by TC Craven, which is also amazing. I've read the book already, but the audio just came out not too long ago. I'm doing that one on audio. Then physically, I'm trying to look at my chair and see what I've got sitting over there. Uh, Love You Wild by Becca Mack.
Mhm.
I love Becca.
She's so good. She's so good. It's like her, Jennifer Hartman, and Megan Brandy are like a tie for my Roman Empire authors. So I have all of their books, more probably than I need. Uh,
You
and
can
I
you can
just,
never have too many books.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. My library might disagree with you there, but yeah, I have a lot. I'm looking at my shelves right now and I'm like, ooh, probably time to scale it back a little bit, girl.
I have a confession. I have never read TC Craven, and you told me a little bit about her when we were in Knoxville last year. Oh, she has 5 books currently out on audio. Where would you suggest that I start? Okay, book nerds, a quick interruption for something that you might find useful. If your TBR is unhinged as mine and you need a way to consume more books without quitting your day job, Audible will be your best friend. You can grab a free 30-day trial using the link in our show notes, which means you can listen to all the romance, fantasy, and morally gray men to your heart's desire. Perfect for your commute
your hot girl walk, or when you're pretending to be productive, but you're actually just listening to smut. And yes, audiobooks absolutely count as reading. I will die on that hill. So grab your free trial with our link in the show notes and you can thank me later.
This is gonna be controversial, and if she listens to this, she's probably gonna be up in my DMs about it. But my favorite of hers is Merry Midnight because Christmas! It's just so good. It's like Shadow Daddy. It's not dark, like, there's darker themes to it, but it's not what I would consider to be, like, a dark romance. But there's, like, a Shadow Daddy, and it's just, oh, it's forced progs, it's, like, chasing her through centuries. It's all the things, it's so good. It's my favorite. Would be my recommendation for starting. It's not actually the first book in the Witch's Almanac series, but they can be read as standalones. So if you wanna start at the beginning, I know some people are like, "I gotta start at the very top." You wanna go with Headless Harvest, which is darker.
Okay. Yeah. So
So
that
just
title stood out to me. And I'm a chaotic reader, so it doesn't
mm,
matter to me which order I read them in, as long as it doesn't spoil it. But yeah, I'm going to have to check those out.
I would. So the Witch's Almanac series is The Headless Harvest, Merry Midnight, and then Forbidden Fangs.
Okay. Yeah. I'll definitely have to check it out. Y'all, I was doing so good. I last year put myself on an Audible buying ban. Well, kind of. Let me let me say this. Let's do a little girl math here. Last year, I could buy an Audible book as long as it was with my credit, or if it was a book in my wish list that was on a very discounted sale, like under $5. So
Makes sense.
those were my parameters, and I stuck to it. I was so happy. I made a whole year doing that.
That's awesome.
That's impressive, honestly. Could
I
not be
agree.
me.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, because the prior year, I spent way too much money. I don't want to talk about how much, but I was like, okay, yes, Courtney, Audible buying ban starting now.
I know a lot aren't on there, but we actually do a subscription to and found that it was better for audiobooks and ebooks. We
Okay.
share it as a family account. So my mom loves cozy mysteries and reads ebooks on it, but my son only does audiobooks. And I couldn't afford the way he was going through audiobooks.
Mhm.
So you pay a monthly subscription like you would for KU, and it lets you check out audiobooks and have those that you can listen to. And some of them you have to use one of your unlock codes, but a lot of them are just through that you don't have to use one of your monthly tokens to unlock.
That's nice.
That is
It is,
nice.
and if an author is wide or if the audio is wide, so not limited just to Audible, then most of the time you'll find it on Everand. Like Holly Renee, she's on there, and SJ Tilly's on there.
Say less.
Trying to thi
It's kind of
trying to think
it's kind of
who.
like Hoopla. Things you would find on Hoopla would probably be on there, right?
Yes, 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 and maybe some extras if authors didn't do the Hoopla, library piece. Check it out because it worked really, really well for us, and it still does because, like I said, my mom could use it to read ebooks, I can use it, and then my son uses it for audiobooks. The only caveat I will say is you can't hide. Like, if I have it saved on my device, it's only on my device. But if he went into the library under saved, he would see all the
What
books.
you
So yeah,
Busted.
there is that caveat in mind. But for price comparison, it was a no-brainer for us.
Yeah.
So, Jess, reason we have you on today is to talk about an event that you're doing called Smutmas in the Smokies. I'm super excited because we're going to be there.
Yes.
Same. I'm so excited.
So I know it's, July 17th and 18th of this year. Get us all the deets. Where's it going to be? What time? All that fun stuff.
So it's July 17th is for like VIP. We're doing a VIP Christmas PJ party, which I'm so excited for. And then the 18th is the actual signing day. So people who have VIP tickets, which are sold out, I do think that there's like There's a resale thread for them in the Facebook group, but they are sold out. If you have a VIP ticket, then we will be seeing you on Friday, otherwise Saturday. The VIP party starts at 7:30 on Friday night, and then in terms of the signing day on Saturday, I believe that we're starting at 10 a.m. with VIP folks and being able to come in and do their early access signing. And then everyone else will be allowed in at 11. And it's going to be, I believe, a 6-hour signing day. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited to have everyone here. I am excited to do something kind of fun and different because I haven't seen a lot of Christmas themed signings. And I feel like Christmas in July is like such an underutilized market, if you will.
Mhm.
So I'm really excited to have everyone here and be able to give everyone a big old squeeze because I am a hugger. So anyone who might be listening to this, if you come up to me, you're probably gonna get a hug. But yeah, I'm really excited and I'm so grateful to be able to be on this journey and putting this signing together.
And how many authors, narrators are expected?
So we were able to acquire like a secondary room that's a little bit smaller. And I know there's like a couple authors who are like, put me in that room so I can have like some kind of breathing room and not feel so overwhelmed. So we were able to add a couple more authors. Last count, I believe we had 55 total authors. We've got six narrators, and then we have 15 vendors.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
That
it's going to be
sounds
great.
That is amazing. I can't freaking wait.
I'm so excited. I hope you will dress up.
Dress up as in
Christmas, something. I don't know. I have Christmas shoes. I actually have one of our vendors who's going to be doing shoes for me specifically for Smutmas, Rainy Days Art Co. She's going
her
to be doing
shoes.
some. Yes, her shoes are great. I have like 4 pair already. It's actually a problem.
They are
okay, since
gorgeous. I've seen her work. It is fabulous. They are really, really pretty.
They are. The work is just amazing and she's amazing to work with.
she is actually bringing me a pair to the event, which reminded me, thank you, because I still have to order my shoes and send them to her. I'm super excited. She's
Gosh.
she's doing me some sneakers. So, Jess, who have you added recently? Because I feel like I might have missed some people.
So we've got L. Rivers, Taylor Wilson West, EK Dusk, Nicole Fiorina.
I'm so excited because my girl Samantha Brent's gonna be there. She was like one of my very first like Booksta friends. She helped me a lot out on content, like when I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing. I just love her. She is such a special human being. And she actually introduced me to Megan Quinn book. She came on my podcast. She was like one of my first books to people to come on. And she introduced me to Megan Quinn's hockey series. And I'm like, thank you, girl. And so I've been a huge Megan Quinn fan ever since. And then she's coming back on, I believe, our next season, season 2. And we're going to talk about her work.
That's amazing. She's been so great to work with. She has been just so kind and just a genuinely like easy person to talk to and I'm really excited. I haven't met her in person before, so I am excited to be able to get to meet her and see her in person.
Yes, she is a sweetheart. And of course, Victoria Wilder's going to be there. Huge, huge fan of her. She's been on the pod before and she's coming back on later this season. I'm so excited. She's just an
She is
amazing
so
human.
fun. Hmm.
Yes, she gives the best advice too. Like, I feel like I've known her my whole life and I've only known her for like a year.
She is absolutely another one of those people that is just a great human. I
Yes.
I met her for the first time at Romance Era in 2024, and I only met her kind of by like happy mistake because I like won a giveaway or something and I got books from a couple different authors and I got a gift card from you, which I was super excited about. So I got to meet Victoria because I had to go over and, collect my book and got to chat with her and stuff. And I have just absolutely loved her from that moment. She's such a special human being. She really is just so kind and she hypes other people up a lot and she's really
Yes.
supportive and you don't see that a lot in the book world. So it's really refreshing. She has an open spot at Smutmas whenever she wants. So
She is the true definition of a girl's girl.
mhm.
And Rochelle Page is awesome. I should say they are awesome. I have met them several years at Charm City Romanticon, and they are so much fun for the author panels and to talk books with. So I'm excited to see them again.
Love Rochelle. I assisted Rochelle at Magic with the Bells last year, and it was my first time meeting her. And amazing, amazing human. I just feel like we're surrounded by so many great people. So I'm really excited to have everyone that's coming this year.
Feel like this event is going to be a blessing and a curse because I say a blessing because there's so many authors that are going to be there that truly never even heard of. I'm really happy to like branch out, but also
Mhm.
a curse because I know I'm going to spend so much money.
I feel that so hard. I really do. I've had a couple people message me about, the author lineups and stuff, which I am so grateful and blessed for 2026 and all of the people who have put their faith in me for this event. But I really wanted to try super hard to make sure that I was including people that maybe don't have the notoriety that others do. And my thought process really with that is like, obviously, everyone deserves a chance to be at a signing. And I know some of the bigger signings, no shade whatsoever, because I go to them and I love these events and these people too. But I think sometimes we get kind of lost in like we've got to have all of these like headlining authors or we're not going to sell tickets, which is so real and valid, right? Because you got to sell tickets, like you've got to have readers there. But authors all start at some place, and I really wanted to make sure that I was intentional about giving as many people a chance to be here as possible. Of course, I couldn't take everybody because I just don't have the space, but I really wanted to make sure that I got to highlight people who are up and coming, who maybe not as many people have heard of, and I feel like I did an okay job with that, and I'm just really excited to see everybody and have everyone here with us, and hopefully everyone will be able to find new to them authors and, narrators and vendors and really just have a great time.
Yeah, because this is gonna be the first event I'll be attending, and I'm so excited that have narrators there. I've met a few narrators at Romance Era that were there as attendees. Like, I did get to meet Amanda Stribling. I love her. She is just amazing.
Mhm.
And I've talked to Alexis before online, and she's actually been on my podcast before. But I'm so excited to meet these other narrators. Because I'm a huge fan of Amy Hall, Tortham, and Molly Stark. And then I'm really excited for she's a newer narrator, is Rachel Dane.
Oh,
But I just
she is such a vibe.
I know. I just love her energy because, like, it was back when I first started getting into like Flock and the Ravenhood series, and she's like a hardcore obsessed Ravenhood girly, and
Yep.
she makes all this fun content. And so I started like following her on that, and then she became a narrator. She has the personality for it. She's great, and I'm just super excited to meet her.
Yeah, she's absolutely amazing. She's such a vibe. There's no other way to put it. She's just so fun, and she's got such a good heart and good spirit. She will be at 2027 as well.
Very
Fun.
cool.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple authors who are repeating. Lakin will be in 2027 or be at 2027 as well. But yeah, Rachel is great. I love all of the narrators that are coming. I haven't had as much interaction with Amanda because I only met her briefly at Romance Era, but I'm really excited to be able to meet her in person as well. Alexis, she's just hilarious.
She is.
I really just love her so much. She's so funny. So yeah, I'm super excited to have all the narrators here. I do because I go to so many events, I do typically see narrators there. And I didn't realize that it wasn't, like, as common for narrators to come to, like, not everything, if that makes sense. Like, I always just
Say
thought it was, like, narrators, vendors, authors, and that was, like, who was in the lineup, and that's it.
Same, same. The Charm City that I go to every year, they always have narrators there. And first met couple at what is it, Bluegrass? The one that was in Kentucky. I can't
Oh,
remember what it,
authors in the
authors.
bluegrass.
They had several narrators there too. So I agree. I thought it was just normal to have narrators, vendors, and authors. And I haven't been to many signings where it's not, which is great. because I love that you get to meet the narrators and sometimes they're allowed to have sales on audiobooks as
Mhm.
well. And that's always fun that you can help support a narrator by buying the audiobook directly from them.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I did not know that was a thing.
So, do you have any general admin tickets left, Jess? Or are you completely sold out for this year and readers need to find you on the Facebook group for the resale thread?
So VIP is completely gone. I have no more of those left. I do have some GA remaining. Last I checked, I think we were at around 71% sold out of GA. So there's not a lot. And I know as it gets closer, people will be like, "Oh, I didn't even realize this event was happening," which obviously happens. So I anticipate that those numbers will kind of dwindle as we get closer. If I
Uh-huh.
sell out before the event, I will probably cry because that would be so exciting. But as a first year, I also understand that, that's kind of an unrealistic expectation. So with that being said, there are still some GA tickets remaining, but no more VIP.
That is amazing to be 71% sold out already. That's insane.
Yeah, I am like, what is life every single day because it just makes me feel so grateful and blessed to know that people have faith in me in this event and my ability to put on a good event. Like I have faith in myself most days, but a lot of these people do know me from like my work in the book world and like, in Facebook groups and things like that, but I'm still a stranger to a lot of people. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't take this for granted at all. It's very much something that I'm grateful for and that I consider to be a blessing that, people are trusting me to put on a good show.
It's going to
I
be
love this
amazing.
so
It's going to
much.
be so much fun.
I hope so.
So I have to ask, who is, if you can shout it into the void, that we would hopefully have them listen to our podcast and hear this, drop one or two authors who you would absolutely go feral to have come sign at Smutmas and the Smokies.
That's a mean question. I'm gonna say with my rebellious heart, I'm not gonna choose two. I'm gonna choose three, and it would be Jennifer Hartman, Megan Brandy, and Becca Mack.
I hope we can manifest this for you because I
I know.
love it.
It's hard being a summer signing because, people have kids and they do vacations and things like that. A lot of authors that I've spoken to have really been interested in coming, and because it's summer, they just haven't been able to make it work with their schedule, which is totally fine.
Uh-huh.
Mary, you and I have talked about this with SJ. I would
Yes,
love to have her, and it's just too difficult
it
with,
is.
vacations and stuff, so I totally get it. I did ask Becca if she could come, and she couldn't make it work because of kids and vacations and all of that stuff, which is totally fine, but I got to meet her last year at Beachside, and she's such a kind human. I literally fangirled so hard because she knew who I was, and
That is awesome.
gosh, it was like the highlight of my whole year. I couldn't believe it. She was like, "Are you Jess?" And I'm like, "No."
You know me?
That's so funny.
My best friend, like, met me there, because I ended up working the event, and so I gave her the ticket that I had, and she met me there after we did, like, the meet and greet stuff where I got to meet Becca, and afterwards, I, like, went to her and, like, cried. I was like, "Oh my god, she knew who I was." Like, "What is happening to
Oh my
me?"
gosh.
Yes, exactly. So anyways, yeah, those would be my top 3.
That beachside always sells out like really quickly, if that's the one I'm
Yeah,
thinking
it
of.
was it was a great event. It really was. I had a good time. I assisted, Sam Sketcher, who is gonna be at Smutmas 26 and 27, and she's amazing. Love
Uh-huh.
her. She's another good human. Um, I got to see her when I was in London, so that was nice. I got to see her, like, additionally because that's where she lives. So, yeah, Beachside was a great time. I had a fantastic time while I was there.
Yeah, Some Sketcher is another one that I haven't read yet, but I'm looking at her stuff right now as we've been talking and see that she has a dark mafia romance. And I'm like, I have a credit right now, like in the process of like purchasing this.
You absolutely need to. She just had a recent release for Centers Atone, I think is the 4th book. Yeah, Centers Atone. That just came out not too long ago, and the whole series is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it I mean, the cover of it is I'm looking at book 1 and it just, like, caught my eye, and I'm like, "Ooh, tell me more." Yeah, I am here for this. I haven't read anything dark in a while, so this I've been in a book slump. It's been hard for me to have my attention, like, caught. Like, I start books and I stop them immediately just because 'cause I'm like, "Meh,"
Yep.
but I need something to break me through.
It's got a beta read dropped in my inbox, so I am, like, trying to finish other reads so I can give my full attention because I am feral to start it. I love this author,
Fun.
so
How fun. Okay, is there anything else, Jess, that you wanna cover that we haven't yet for this year's event?
I don't think so. I mean, I can just kind of reiterate where we're at with it. We don't have any more VIP. GA is pretty close to being sold out. We're expecting 55 authors, 15 vendors, and then 6 narrators. In terms of attendee numbers, if we sell out completely, it'll be 500 attendees, and that number doesn't include like staff and volunteers and things like that.
Mhm.
So pretty good numbers. It's July 17th if you're VIP, 18th if you are GA. We are doing registration on Friday just to make it easier. If you can't make it Friday, like if you're coming from out of town and you need to register on Saturday, obviously, like that will be an option. But we do encourage people to come in and register on Friday so they're all ready to go, and you can take some time and kind of wander around Nashville. We're in a really good spot. I can't recall if I mentioned this before or not, but we're at the DoubleTree Hilton, which is on I think 4th Avenue. And it's really close to Broadway. So you're in walking distance from like everything,
Yes.
which is nice. I will say, because people, when they're coming from, smaller towns or even like smaller cities, they don't realize and understand that everything is paid parking. So please prepare to pay for your
For
parking
parking.
no matter where you go. I
Right.
typically, like, when I go to bigger cities like this, I will just like find a parking garage if I'm not already staying at a hotel. I will park, pay for the day, and then I will just walk everywhere else,
Mhm.
because otherwise you're paying for parking at multiple places and it adds up fast, and it's not cheap in Nashville. It's like, between 20 and $40 depending on where you're at. So I would definitely encourage people to expect to pay for a parking if they're going to be driving around.
Yes. And also, if you're not staying at the event hotel, like if you're at a surrounding hotel, check with the hotel because they sometimes charter you in to certain spots of Nashville too. So, little tip of the
Yeah.
trade.
Yeah, absolutely. I am also going to say, we have an influencer who does posts. Reads with Katie is her name. She does posts once a month about things to do in Nashville. And at least I think it's once a month. If that's incorrect, I apologize. I'm pretty sure it's once a month though. But she lists like restaurants, bars, like all different kinds of things to do, things that she's really enjoyed in Nashville. So I'm gonna just jump off of that and say that if you're coming to Nashville for the first time, and I'm not local, I do live a little bit further south than Nashville, but my favorite place to go is the grilled cheesery. And anyone who is coming to Nashville, I'm like, if you don't go to the grilled cheesery, I don't know what you're doing. So if you're coming for this event, make time to go to the grilled cheesery because it's banging.
That will not be me.
No,
I can't
We
have
are not your
dairy,
target audience.
so we
no.
are not.
Okay, so if you are dairy free, that is not the place for you, and I will accept you not going, but only under that condition.
I mean, I am lactose intolerant, but I will still eat some dairy. But it's like, is it worth the stomach ache during an event?
I'm like, we'll risk it for the biscuit. I, on the other hand, am like, no, we will not touch it with a 10-foot pole. Like, even if it's baked dairy, I stay away.
We are so unhinged around here. Sorry, Jess.
You're okay, I love it.
All right.
That leads us into our amazing segment, Courtney, of give us an unhinged thought of the week.
Yes. So I might be a bad mom, but let me just tell you why I say this. My son, he completely refused to go to bed last night. Like, I don't know what it's the time change. I don't know. Like, we are having a really hard time with it. But last night he was like a crazy feral gremlin. Like, kept on running from room to room, screaming at the top of his lungs, "I'm not sleepy. I'm not going to bed." I'm like, "Kid, you have to go to bed." And yeah, so and just keep in mind he is very terrified of the dark. So I may or may not have turned every single light off in the house with the exception of his room, so he would just stay confined to his bedroom to get him to, like, start winding down, and then, of course, like, I went and laid down with him to help him, like, feel comfortable and get him to sleep, but, yeah, I'm slightly terrified that I'm gonna cause him some childhood trauma one day.
Nah, nah,
No,
builds character, builds character.
absolutely. I
I
have
actually think it's
5.
pretty genius that you did that. Like, that's genius level to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We've all been there. I have 5 boys, so there is not
Gosh.
something I know. Every time I say that, I've, like, started just saying, like, "I know, bless it," because every single time I tell someone I've got 5 boys, they're like, "Holy crap." I know.
What's the age range? Like, what's the youngest to oldest?
8-year-old twins, and then we
Lord.
have 15, 17, and 19.
So,
So
yeah,
we've got
you understand where I'm at.
yeah, that's why when you said that you had a 14-year-old, I was like, "Oh, your life's about to begin," and I can't say if it's gonna be good or bad because 15 for us with our oldest was literally the worst year of our life. It's just, they're going through so much. They're going through so many changes, and, like, I tell my kids all the time that I don't envy them growing up in this time because they have all this access and, like, no idea what to do with it, It's just it's
Yeah.
so overwhelming and overstimulating. I'm so, like, grateful that I grew up in a time where the internet was, like, really just kind of starting because I would not want all of this to be documented on MySpace. I'm
Yeah.
So
telling you.
so I'm the evil parent, and we severely limit internet usage, and there is no social media in our
Yep.
house because of my husband's profession and my background in computer forensics. I'm like, nope, 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 not happening, not in this house. So, it definitely I don't wish growing up, but at the same time, I like that there are boundaries that keep
Mhm.
him he was outside playing basketball. So it's gorgeous here today, and he's outside playing basketball and not, attached to a device.
Exactly, exactly. We limit too. We don't allow social media for our kids, and it's actually so funny to say that because I watched this, video of an influencer the other day, and she was like, basically, like, "Those of you who are out there thinking that you, like, quote, unquote, 'allow' your kids to do anything, like, no." Like, you're living in a fantasy land because you don't allow them to do anything. And she used energy drinks as an example. She was like, I don't allow my kids to have energy drinks, meaning like I don't bring them into the home. I don't purchase them, but my kids still have energy drinks. Like, and it's such a great kind of correlation because when you're raising teenagers, you really aren't allowing anything. You give them guidance, you give them boundaries, and they're going to disrespect those at least once, probably a lot more. But, you really you have to be careful in this day and age. You have to be making sure that you're keeping them safe and, like you, we don't do any sort of social media or anything like that. It's too scary for me. It's
Mhm.
just way too scary. The possibilities to me are not worth like you
Oh,
Snapchatting
yeah.
your friends, you know?
Yep.
I just it's not worth it.
Exactly. So my unhinged thought for the week is that people in front of me who drive responsibly in the left-hand lane, i.e. going the speed limit, should get out of my way.
That 100%.
100%. Absolutely. You are going too slow for the fast lane, even if it is the speed limit.
That's exactly how I feel.
I always like passenger seat drive when I'm with my husband. I'm like, "Get out of this lane. People are going around you. Like, move over. This is a passing lane for a reason."
I'm like the queen of like holding the dash, and like my husband, I mean, he's a great driver, right? But I still am like terrified of getting into an accident. So when he doesn't slow down in a way that I feel like is safe enough, I'm like holding onto the dash and he'll look at me and be like, I do know how to drive. I'm like, are you sure? Because if you did, I wouldn't be holding the dash.
Oh my god.
I normally sit in the back seat and read a book. My son gets to sit up front, and that started because he used to get car sick.
Mhm.
And so as soon as he was able to ride in the front seat, he would ride in the front seat. So normally I get to be the total passenger princess and sit in the back seat and just read.
That's nice.
Oh my gosh, I
What a
love
time to
that.
be alive.
I
It's
love that. My
fabulous.
my friends, when we go on a road trip, they would get so mad because I'd be like, "Oh, I'll take the back," and I would like for sure go back and sleep the entire time. But Jess, do you have any unhinged thoughts of the week?
I don't know. I was talking to my friend, my bestie, Kenna. You guys will see her at the event. You met Kenna, actually. Mary, you haven't met her yet, but Courtney, you have. She was with me at Romance Era. I brought her with me. She had the space buttons. If you
Yeah,
remember, that
yeah.
was so
I
long
know
ago.
I can picture her in my head. Like I know, and that's been like what 2 years now. I know
Yeah.
exactly who you're talking about.
She's my little cutie patootie. So I was texting with her this morning about this podcast, and I was like, I was reading the notes and like it said unhinged thought of the week. And I'm like, I don't know how deep I need to go here. Like, am I going intrusive thought level? Or
Yes.
am I like doing mild? And she's like, let it
No.
loose, baby. Let it loose.
Intrusive thought level. We are here for the unhinged intrusive thought level.
Honestly, this last week, so I was telling you guys before it started that I did shadows last week. And when I come home from an event, I'm so freaking peopled out. Like, I love people. I love talking to people. I love hugging people. I just love being at events in general. But when I get home, I'm like, I want my husband to give me a massage. I don't want anybody to fucking look at me or talk to me, ask me for nothing. Like, literally, don't even breathe in my general direction. So, we did shadows. I came home from that and then my kids went right into spring break. So like that was like this sounds terrible. That was the new level of hell for me because I didn't get to decompress after the event. So this week I'm just like, I'm so peopled out. I'm so touched out. I'm so talked out. I literally have considered multiple times packing all my stuff. I told my husband last night, I was like, I understand why some moms, this is a terrible thing to say, but I'm like, I understand why some moms fucking skedaddle because at the end of this week, I'm really like, I'm struggling. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overstimulated. And so, anyways, all that to be said, I literally was thinking last week, like, what if I just like booked a one-way ticket to Scotland and I just went and hung out with the coos for the week? Because that's really what I want to be doing this week. So that's my semi unhinged thought for the week.
And I think if you're a parent, especially a mom, if you don't have that unhinged thought once a week at minimum,
Yeah,
then, what Delulu land are you living in or what are you taking and can I have some? Because yes, same.
exactly. Exactly.
Remote island, no cell service, give me like a suitcase of paperback books and I'll come home when I read them all.
I can 100% relate because my kids are younger. They're 3 and 5. We had kids later in life. So, my daughter, she is just like attached to me. She has a lot of separation anxiety. So, if she's gone all day from me, she's going to be attached to me at night. Well, I've already been working all day and I love her and I love this stage we're in, but there's some nights when I get in bed with my husband, I'm like, "Please do not touch me. Don't look at me." Like, I can't stand anything. Like, he's like, "Don't even breathe my general direction."
Exactly.
Yeah,
And honey, you are young. I think I've got like 5 years on you, babe. You're like, we
most
started
kids
kids later in life. And I'm like, no, I think you're young.
most people start, like, in their 20s. So we didn't I had my
Hmm.
first, I was 30 when I had Sawyer, and then, I was 33 when I had or 32, 33, one of those. I had my daughter the day after my birthday, so it's like, was I 32 or was I 33? Yeah, yeah, fun times.
I had
And,
my oldest really young. So I was only 19 when I got pregnant with him. And it's so weird because, it's like we kind of grew up together in a way.
Hmm.
He's one of my favorite people. He's one of my very best friends. And yeah, it's just, we just both did a lot of growing together. I mean, he obviously was being raised while I was growing up. And so I'm sure I've really given him all kinds of trauma, but you know it's been really fun. I don't regret having kids younger, but I also think there's a lot to be said for being able to have kids when
Yes.
you're in your 30s and more settled down.
Yeah.
It's just everyone is so much different and you're at such different
yeah.
stages in life. The way that we're raising our twins is wholly different than the way that the older boys were raised just because we were at different stages in our lives and now,
Well, and
we
how
can
much
provide.
And how
Go
much
ahead.
changed in 10 years? Because you
Yeah.
figure you got 10 years between your oldest and youngest, and that's a lot that has
Yeah.
changed since then.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a completely different person than I was at, 20 when I had my oldest, and the twins, they get a different mom than he did,
Mhm.
and it sucks in a lot of ways. I know that there's a lot of times where he's like, "Damn, I wish I had this experience," but, this experience wouldn't make you who you are today. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
there's a lot to be said for all of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
I
Some
I don't
was
days
know.
I
20
wish go ahead.
I was 27 when I had my son, and I have no plans now that I'm in my feral 40s, like none whatsoever to go down that journey again.
I'm gonna be 40 tomorrow, and I
Happy
am
birthday!
Thank you, thank you. I'm so excited, it's so weird because 'cause I'm like, 40, gosh, that just feels so old, but not at the same time,
Thanks.
Like, the number I'm just kidding. The number itself seems old because, like, when we were growing up, 40 was like, "Oh my gosh, they're, like, geriatric," you know? And I just don't
Yeah,
feel like that's how it is anymore. Like, I'm about to be 40, and I still feel like 22, both not so
it's
much
Yeah.
physically, but mentally, I still feel like I'm early 20s. And for me to be 40, that's no, absolutely not.
it's fabulous. I've been living in my 40s for 2 years now. I'm 42. I
Yeah.
just turned 42, and so I can't complain. I definitely like my 40s better than my 30s. Um,
Yeah.
it gets very feral, and you get to the point where you're like, "I really don't give a shit."
Mhm.
And your body does start to go through perimenopause, and so that's a whole nother thing to come to terms with, but it also can be a whole new journey and experience that you're like, "Okay, my body's in even better shape now than I was in my 30s."
Mhm.
Well, I
So
hope I
just so
can
you know,
say the same when I get there.
I'm ahead of both of you in that department, so you got questions, I can be like, "Yes. Yes, waking up at 3 a.m. is normal. Yes, wanting to murder everybody on a daily basis is normal."
Well, if that's the case, I feel like I've been in perimenopause for the last 15 years.
I know, right? I know, that's like I'm like, "That feral raccoon, that is my spirit animal at the moment."
I love it. I love it. I'll be 37 in June, and I don't know, I don't feel 37.
Mhm.
Like, to mimic off of you, Jessica, like, I feel like I should still be in my 20s, like, I have that mindset, and then but then, like, I work in HR in my big girl job, and so I'm, like, hiring these people because like, I've been in the workforce since I was 15 years old because I was homeschooled back in the day. Well, um, I have been working full time longer than some of these kids have been alive, and I'm like, "Ugh."
Yeah,
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 so
that is always the thing when you're like, "Man, I'm old enough to be your mother."
Mhm.
That's where it gets me. I see people, I'm like, I could be your mom."
but then also, I love it and hate it because, like, I have some of my boys that have been there for a while that I've, like, watched them go through all these milestones, like, they took that first step of getting engaged, they got married, they bought a house, one of them's about to have his first baby. I'm like, "Oh, I'm so proud of you." So, yeah, proud mom moment.
I love that. There's really something to be said for being able to watch people go through
Mhm.
milestones because, you could have been his first milestone for like a real job. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
then now
for
you get to
sure.
witness all of his other firsts. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Jess, we want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to come on and yap with us and to talk about your event. What's up next for you? Do you have any other? Because I know you go to events like crazy. Do you have anything else between now and then?
Well, I leave on Tuesday for Mexico, so I'm really excited about that.
Yeah,
I'm
your
not going
birthday
to a
trip.
signing. Yeah, this is just a trip for my sister-in-law's actually getting married, so we're going for her wedding, and it just happily falls around the time of my birthday, so now it's a birthday trip too. Um, so I'm doing Mexico, and then I've got quite a few signings this year. I definitely scaled back from last year because it was just too
Mhm.
much. So I am gonna be at where am I going to be at? I'm going to be at Romance Era again. I talked to the owner pretty frequently and told her that I would come and help her again if she needed it. Both Kenna and I will be there for that one. I'm excited. And then obviously Smutmas, and we've got a couple other signings after Smutmas. We're doing Fangirl in Orlando. I'll be at Meet and Greet Cute with Julia Connors.
I wanted to get
Fun.
tickets for that so bad.
No.
I'm hoping I'll get selected off the resale.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. As it gets closer to events, life happens and people,
Mm-hmm.
need to surrender their tickets. So hopefully that happens. I would love to be able to see you there.
I know.
Yeah. I couldn't go because like both events are so close to each other.
Mhm.
And we don't have much help with my kids these days. So I was like, yeah, I can't.
Yeah, it's hard, especially when you have little kids. I mean, our youngest are 8, so they're still young, but they're not, as young as your kiddos are. And then our older ones are obviously teenagers. Like they're pretty self-sufficient most of the time. So my
I know
husband
most.
arranges his schedule around my events, and he'll take like his vacation so that he can be at home. So we definitely have a system worked out for being able to accommodate those. But we are not from Tennessee originally. We're from Oregon. So we don't have family out here. And we have friends obviously that we've made and sitters and things like that. But if he couldn't arrange his schedule, like there's absolutely no way that I'd be able to do this because it's just too much. It's a lot
Mm-hmm.
to be able to go
Yeah.
to so many events and still try to, make sure your kids are taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
We usually bring my son with us.
Mhm. I think you said you were gonna bring him with you to Smutmas to be able to, like, kind of adventure around.
Yeah, yeah, right. It'll probably be a family affair, so that'll be fun.
Nice.
All right. And then of course you have Smutmas coming back in 2027.
Mhm.
And that's gonna be I think July 30th and 31st.
Yeah, that'll be July 30th for VIP and then the 31st for the signing day. And
Amazing.
then we're returning in 2028 as well. I'm contracted through 2028, with this same venue. Those dates will be July 14th and 15th of 2028.
Amazing. I'm so excited
Exciting.
for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been really amazing. I was hoping to be able to kind of do it like the same weekend every month, but these stinking venues, they just book up so fast.
They really do.
So,
Well, thank you again so much. And before we go, please tell our listeners where they can find you at.
I'm the most active on Instagram with my personal. That's at the Bookish Clause. And then, you can obviously find me on the Smutmas Instagram page as well, which is at Smutmas and the Smokies. I am a very bad TikToker. So I do have a TikToker, but if you try to find me there, I will probably not be available because I just don't pay attention to TikTok.
Same.
It's just too much. I feel like in this day and age, you're either an Instagram person or you're a TikTok person. I don't feel like, I mean, some people are both, but for the majority, I feel like you're one or the other. And I definitely lean more towards the Instagram side of things. So you can definitely find me there under either of those handles. And then you can find the Smutmas and the Smokies group on Facebook. And there is a TikTok for the Smutmas and the Smokies event as well, same handle as Instagram and the same for my personal handle. But again, I'm a bad TikToker, so don't expect much if you go there.
Well, we will list everything in the episode show notes so people can find you easily.
And as always, you can catch us causing chaos over on Instagram at What the Smut Podcast, and me personally at On Point Digital Services.
And I'm over at Instagram at Courtney Leanne. If you want to join us for a chat, there's a form linked in our show notes. So be sure to fill that out because we would love to hear from you.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving us a review. Reviews help other smut readers find us. And honestly, they make our chaotic hearts very happy.
And if you really love this podcast and want to show support, we've got a listener support link in our show notes. Supporters get shout outs, special giveaways, and maybe even exclusive chaos that you can't find anywhere else. We also have sponsorship opportunities as well.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next time.